All right, we can review the deep well installation, and it is the middle of fall, so we have panel has a little sun from that tree. I'm not going to cut the tree down. We have enough production from this solar array. This is a solar-powered Grundfos well pump. I think it's the SQF63. I'll post that here. There's the wellhead. Pitless adapter. The water is down below the ground, won't freeze. This solar array powers the well pump, and it's got the controller here. Even with that little bit of shade, we got 340 watts, and we're pumping water into the tank. You can hear that. Can you see in there? Yeah, not really. Then we double pump the water. That's what it's called, double pumping, because from the reservoir, the cistern, we pressurize the water into the house with this pump, another Grundfos pump. So the water comes out of the tank. Well, I should say this. The water comes out of the well into the tank. The water comes out of the tank into the pump. Then the water gets pressurized into the loop that goes around the property. So that's how it works. In the beginning, we relied solely on rainwater and had a 24,000 gallon rain catchment system installed as the house was being built. And for several years, the rain came and continued to replenish the tank, supplying all of the household use for the home and office. Then during a long-term drought, the rolling drought I call it, we had to actually start buying water, and that's when we decided it's time for a deep well. Working from our master plan, we decided to install a circle driveway in the front of the house, and that would help determine where the well could be installed relative to all the other items. Then, countless truckloads of gravel were delivered, trees were cut, and the path was made clear. All right, today is an exciting day. The drillers showed up early and started drilling a hole, and they were drilling, and they were drilling, and they were drilling some more, and they kept drilling, and on top of that, they drilled, and they kept drilling, and then they kept drilling. They drilled a 10-inch hole 500 feet deep. Now, 10 inches is quite large, and the reason why is because it had to be cased with PVC pipe past the perforations at about 300 feet, which is caves and other water structures. Then use the air compressor, a large one, to blow out the fines and the debris, and the water is flowing. This well is going to be double pumped, and that means that the well will get pumped into a storage tank, and the storage tank needs a foundation. So I designed a foundation to hold the weight of the tank. We made the forms happen, and then we poured about 55 bags of concrete. There you can see the wet concrete. I'll let that dry for a while, maybe 4 hours or so, 3 hours, I don't know, some number. And then I will broom it smooth, and that will be ready for setting the tank. We ordered the tank from Texas Tanks or Texas Tank Town. I forgot. Anyway, those guys delivered the tank, and they were brilliant about unloading it by hand without a machine. They got the tank centered on the pad, and now it's time to build the pump room. We'll start out by forming the walls and then assembling them together to make a small room about 4 foot by 5 foot deep. And I had some scrap 2x left over and some other wood, some new plywood, and then fast update on the well. Temporary pump has been installed. They pumped water until they got good, clean water. I've been digging ditches by hand, well, with the tractor first and then cleaning out the ditches. I'm building a pump house. Yes, it's painted blue. And so here's where we are so far. The wall that gets the pipes from the well has been covered, insulated, and covered on the inside. Obviously, we need a roof and another wall, and then to set some pumps and filters. That is the status. Over and out. Using the generator, we pumped water from the well before the main pump was set. We did that overnight and maybe a day and a half total, and I was measuring the total dissolved solids and the water clarity. Everything looks great. Hello, Friday morning update. The sun is shining on those panels, causing the electricity to go down 500 feet to this pump. And this pump is pumping water into that tank. You can hear the lovely sound. Oh yeah, by the way, I put some rocks around the solar array so I can stop hitting my bald skull on these sharp edges. And then make a nice garden, decorate around the pump with some more rocks. I'm starting to cover the trench and put down some mulch so I could not walk on all this mud. And it'll get loud because that's what happens when the water falls from the top of the tank to the bottom. You can hear it going up, falling into the tank. So right now I've got some of the plumbing done, and I roughed in the electrical for the booster pump that'll go here and the filter. But first I have to insulate and put plywood on this wall, and then eventually make a door for this and get all this pipe covered. Yeah, so successful project so far. And then we continue. Yay, water. Precious water flowing in. I'm gonna test that float valve, float switch right there. That purple thing hanging off this weight. If I hold that up in the air, this pump should stop. I'm gonna test that right now, but I can't use the phone and the light and grab the float. Here we go. And this little tiny well house that I built, get off, needs to be freeze protected as well. Now, the project was brewing since June or July. You know, preppers and prepping, blah, 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 blah. I did have the forethought to buy all this rubber neoprene, I think it's neoprene, whatever, rubber insulation. And then I also have heat tape. So today's project is to plug the heat tape in, tie wrap it to the pipes, wrap it in insulation, and then make sure it gets protected so we don't have freezing problems. Okay, here's the tool selection for today's work. Obviously on the pipe, I'm going to put the heat tape. So I'm going to start by, first attachment will be underneath, of course, for the heat to rise into the pipe. I'm going to use electrical tape. I have a smattering of electrical tape. I'll just use whatever color I want. That's insignificant. Sometimes I've used tie wraps to tie wrap the heat tape to the pipe, but then you have the head of the tie wrap that gets in the way of this rubber stuff fitting on better. I will tie wrap this around the pipe at the end, so I will use tie wraps. So, electrical tape to hold the heat tape to the pipe, wrap it in insulation, tie wrap it to close. It does have adhesive, but I like to put tie wraps where it bends that the heat adhesive would be likely to pull off. Now, I did build this little power room. I've got number 6 wire coming 200 feet or so. And I built a small electrical panel there, and I have L1 and L2. So I have 2 different 20 amp circuits there. And then this is a 240 circuit for the pump and a separate 110 for a heater. Now, I never did find a duplex cover that has circle holes of this size. I'm sure it's available, or maybe this is a illegal combination. So I haven't done that. Oh, look, a little dead spider. Poor guy. sure there's some alive in here. They're like little baby granddaddy long legs, but they're not very big ones. Are you? Nope. All these fellers are just sitting here looking at me. Oh, there's one alive right there. Squinch. Hey, friend. I'm not scared. I don't care. All right, so, yeah. Wrap some pipes. I'll wrap this one for the hose bib. And make sure we get all this so it doesn't freeze. We'll throw that out for a second. All right, let's get started. We'll see what happens next. I did install a float switch bypass that allows me to overflow the tank. In the future, I might have that water go to another destination. The next step is going to be to make a 200 or 300 foot trench to get the water from the storage tank over to where it's being used. A garden and another residence and some other location for all this well water. We primarily use rainwater, but we do want to have the well water to get to where it needs to be used. So digging and chopping some rocks, putting in some pipe, and now we're ready. And now let's put all that water to use. We built a few birdie beds, got some soil, grew some plants. One of our favorites is basil. And then we had a surprise volunteer pumpkin show up. So nice. And that's a ginormous plant. So we're very grateful to have a secondary water source. Thanks for watching.